Now to this. We've seen our fair share of heated City Hall meetings, but nothing quite like this. Tuesday's meeting at the Thornton Township in Illinois went left, far left, developing into an all-out brawl. Even Thornton Mayor Tiffany Henyard got involved. Is this our America?
Well, I done heard about 4 or 5 people tell me how they had to take care of yours. And so now you've been a half-ass mayor. And I'm going to give away the rest of my time because I think on behalf of the Black Cookout Association that we would rather take a vote and we're going to exchange your black ass for Stephanie to be the new member of Congress. So all those in favor say, all those against it say nay, all those in favor say aye. You go.
Wow. Witnesses say the fight started after an activist that you saw there insulted Thornton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. According to reports, Henyard's boyfriend confronted that activist and punches were thrown soon after. Police were there to break everything up, and right now there's no clear word if anyone was arrested. Joining us to talk about this craziness, Texas State Representative Jolanda Jones and Darian Lewis from the Monica Lewis School of Etiquette. First of all, let's talk about how the activists talked to the mayor there. Your thoughts on that?
Completely unforgivable, disrespectful, unethical, and unprofessional. We must realize that when we're in a public space, yes, we can express our, dissatisfaction. We should address the problem, but we should never make it a personal attack on the person. Mm-hmm. And when you do that, you cross the line. There's no situation or circumstance where you can insult someone or hurl an insult at someone and not expect a reaction. So to do so and think that that person or other people are going to just idly sit by is unrealistic. And so what we see right now is this man disrespecting this woman in an open format and expecting that there's no reaction. What happens after is a direct result of his actions. And so as a society, we have to be very, very mindful of the way in which we conduct ourselves, because the more and more we allow this to happen, the more and more we make this acceptable and tolerable, which is the standard of etiquette. It's a social construct. So if you continue to allow this behavior, it will become the norm. And that can happen. State
Representative Jones, there's no hiding this. They're all black people there. Do you think those black individuals would talk to a white mayor that way compared to a black female?
So I think they were very disrespectful to her, but I used to sit on city council and I used to sit on the school board, and they are equal opportunity talking about you and being disrespectful.
But so, you're hearing foul words, curse words there, the B word there.
And the A word. Mm-hmm. Yes, I heard that. But the truth is the Constitution allows you a First Amendment right. You could actually say
But how likely is it? That's what I'm getting at.
Well, I mean, I've heard it myself being elected, but some governmental entities try to micromanage it, right? Mm-hmm. Like on the school board, they say you can't say this, 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 and this. And in fact, when they tried to micromanage whatever I said I was going to sue them because you don't give up your First Amendment right. So even though etiquette would require that you speak professionally, you don't have to. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I actually thought I was watching an episode of like The Oval. I thought I was watching a Tyler Perry show, because she kicked off her
Jerry
shoes.
Springer.
She kicked off her shoes like Fantasia and ran and tried to duke it out with men. And what I was surprised about as an elected official myself, who's had people come up and not been happy with what I said. So we are happy when they praise us. We need to be grown enough to take it when they say negative stuff about us. And the people that love you, the people that support elected officials, know people gonna say stuff about us. You cannot react to that. Mm-hmm. And so I was shocked that her boyfriend was trying to duke it out, right. And I was surprised that she got up from the table and ran, kicked off her shoes, and dove in. Then she fell. Exactly. Then she lost her wig. And she hit her head on the table.
It was a lot.
I mean, it was, going on. And so I just think that it was unbecoming.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so when you have a situation like that, if your elected official that you may have in office is that bad, is that the way you should handle it, though?
No, she should not. She shouldn't have done it. I mean, if it
Or
wasn't so serious, it would be
accused,
funny.
she's accused of being that bad by the activists.
Right, but what precipitated this was Lori Lightfoot, the former mayor of Chicago, had done an audit of her as mayor and found out a bunch of impropriety. So the
Yes,
people were
we've
there
been hearing
talking
about that a lot.
about that,
Right.
And so, but I mean, I've gone back and I've looked at this. This lady is very incendiary anyway. She talk crazy to people too. I've seen it from the table. So I think in order to get people to respect you,
Well,
you've
got
got
to
to
give that
respect them.
respect.
'Cause
Exactly.
I heard some stuff she was saying about people throwing major shade
Exactly.
and shutting them down. So it looks like
There's
this
wrong
is
on
just
both sides.
on both
yeah.
sides.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about, that sense of decorum. You know, when you have, when you're expected to give respect, you also have to receive that same respect. It's a reciprocal. And so that's what Jolanda and I are saying. You know, yes, it was wrong, but you cannot completely overlook the fact that this has been the pattern of behavior that has been perpetuated over and over and over. And so this was the culmination of all of that animosity, all of that mismanagement, everything coming to a head. Now, this is not the way in which you should behave in a normal setting. So everybody watching, please do not show up into a board meeting and think that this is going to be tolerated. This will not be tolerated in Houston, Texas. I can promise you that. Yeah, it will be a completely different
If some
way.
hands are thrown, I mean, I've seen it at HIZ school board
Right.
meetings where people left in handcuffs.
Exactly.
And they did a lot less than that.
Exactly.
And so do you think what you've heard and the investigations and the audits, do you think this mayor should step down to bring the community back together, or should she just stay there through her term and then call it quits?
I think the best way to get rid of somebody is an election, right? And so that's what I think.
Yeah.
You know, and if the people don't want her, they should vote her out.
Right.
And also, I will tell you, in America, you're innocent until proven guilty. There has been no trial. There's been no conviction of her. And the truth is, some people lie. Right? And so
The people have the power to exercise their right to vote.
So, you know, if you want to get rid of her, vote her out.
That's right. That's the
Don't
best
slug
way.
her out. But again, you know, I used to run track. I was on the USA track team. She was doing some high knees, baby. She was doing some fantasia, kicking off her shoes, and then, but she lost to the dudes.
She did.
She lost to the dudes.
She did.
Thank
She
you all
lost
for
more than
joining
just
us
the
here on
fight.
The Fact. We'll bring you both back for round two if we see a round two.
Oh, let's not.